The Nike brand is one of the world's biggest apparel brands, with countless outlets everywhere and in every sport. But when the golf division, Nike Golf, announced they'd stop manufacturing or releasing golf clubs, it got everyone talking. Many have attributed different reasons to how and why this decision was made. But most people still don't know the scary facts and reality behind this move. Want to know why a certain Michael Jordan casted a huge shadow over the golfing sector of the business? Let's find out. Despite a certain GOAT, that is Tiger Woods, being a part of the Nike athlete stable, Nike never quite achieved the dominance of the game that they always sorted after. The business truly took off when it signed Woods in 1996. Tiger Woods' first contract with Nike was a 5-year agreement worth $40 million. Since then, he's updated the contract 4 times. According to reports, Tiger's next contract came in 2001, which was double his initial contract amount. It was a 5-year agreement, roughly worth $100 million. The third deal was signed in 2006 for 7 years, followed by the most recent deal, which is double the size of his second deal. It's been reported that his current Nike contract is $200 million. Tiger's loyalty has of course benefited the company hugely, especially given their ability to continue their apparel line. Holding the world's best golfer for so many years has still been the best marketing strategy that Nike could have implemented. You could say that Tiger Woods did for Nike Golf what Michael Jordan did for Nike basketball. However, Jordan's was far greater. On October 26, 1984, Michael Jordan signed a 5-year, $2.5 million deal with Nike, 3 times more than any other deal in the NBA at the time. Nike released the Air Jordan sneaker line in April 1985 with the goal of making $3 million in the first 3 years. Let's just say it made over 40 times that in the first year. Nike would sell $126 million worth of units almost solely because of Jordan's name, reputation, and sheer star power. The revolutionary new basketball shoe was a sports marketing dream. Association with his airness aside, the NBA was ready to fine the young gun $5,000 per game due to the amount of color Air Jordans showcased, which Nike happily paid for in free publicity. A shoe with a little bit of technology completely blew basketball trends out of the water. Meanwhile, let's look at what was Nike's golf department. The Oven, they so called it. This was their R&D department based in Fort Worth, Texas. With hundreds to thousands of staff, there with 1 million prototypes and projects, this was an expensive facility in itself. The likes of Tiger, Paul Casey, Rory McIlroy, Brooks Koepka, Michelle Wie, and more had so much tech at their disposal. It was a golfing heaven. I mean, imagine the cost behind the initial investments. Tiger built Nike Golf on the back of his success and startup. When he faltered, so did Nike Golf. After his public infidelity scandal in 2009, Nike cut prices on all of its TW merchandise. It cuts Woods' endorsement fee in half for 2 years. Though it never dropped him, it eventually looked elsewhere. Nike never suffered with the apparel so long as Tiger was on side. But from an equipment perspective, they did. Nike Golf tried to position itself as a leader in equipment innovation, and being a brand with more than enough financial backing, they had what it took. This, however, didn't work out so well. There were numerous club options to play with, but Tiger remained bound to the old technology. Tiger barely had Nike's latest or best products in his bag, which didn't prove great advertising for the company to the casual golfers. Meanwhile, you certainly didn't see Michael Jordan refusing the tech from the Nike team for his basketball. Neither would you have seen Jordan decline the latest Nike golf clubs either. In MJ's spare time, he loves his golf. He would have regular money matches for high amounts on the course and loved the idea of getting into other people's heads when they played. When Tiger joined the Nike stable, it was not long until you could see Woods and Michael wandering the fairways together competitively. MJ loved the game, and once his brand was continuing to grow, his apparel now has grown into soccer teams and also into the golf frame. MJ, although already bigger than golf anyhow, was now potentially leaving a further revenue stream for Nike in golf. Just like Nike Golf, Air Jordans were initially designed to be identified with sporting success, but now they're worn across different sports industries and continents by superstars. It's been years now since Nike shut down its golf equipment business, leaving behind a legacy that will never be forgotten for what it could have been. So, what did Jordan have to do with this? The fact is so stupid it will blow your mind. Although unintended by MJ, Nike were forced to look at their figures. The club manufacturing was making minimal returns on their business, and it had to be deemed unfeasible. When they looked at the numbers, they found that the Michael Air Jordan sock alone was turning over more money than the entire golfing manufacturing business. You heard correct. His socks made more money than all of Nike's golf equipment. Now, this is partly due to the ridiculous success of MJ as a brand, but nonetheless, this certainly embarrassed the golf side of things and made it a no-brainer to close down the business. The brand's sales were dependent on Tiger winning, but we all know that Tiger hadn't been Tiger for the better part of a decade. Injuries and drama seem to have taken a good part of the icon's game. Even 2012's recruitment of the new on-the-block Irish golfer Rory McIlroy to the stable with a multi-million 10-year deal wasn't enough despite his great success on the green, with 4 major wins and a World Golf Championship. But the charisma to save a struggling brand like Nike Golf just wasn't present. Together with poor product launching, very odd aesthetics on the clubs, and not all the world's best players using the brand, Nike never got the traction it so desired. Meanwhile, Nike is now the world's biggest sports apparel company, with 2022 sales of around $46.7 billion, and the Jordan brand has become an industry leader by remaining true to its values and creating an inclusive coalition. One thing Nike Golf lacked. The Jordan brand family includes athletes, entertainers, and creative visionaries whose purpose has inspired excellence for themselves and their community. And for the second time, Jordan brand and Eastside Golf have partnered to create a capsule collection, combining influences from basketball culture and their authentic experiences. The coalition is designed to inspire young black professionals to see themselves in the game of golf. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan was featured in the latest golf video game by the PGA 2K23 alongside the legendary Tiger Woods. It just demonstrates his reach into all the sports, including the game of golf, which he's clearly passionate about. There, you can pick him as a golfer, wear his different types of Jordan golf apparel, and even see the mannerisms he may have on the golf course. His own golf course, Grove 23, which he created and got designed, is a fantastic venue as well, and even has drones deliver food and drink to you on the course. That's right. In the heart of a beautiful golf course, you can have food flown to you wherever you may be. So, even when you're hitting those wayward drives into the bush, you can still rest assured food will find you amongst the deepest of wilderness. It's crazy to think how much bigger Michael Jordan has become for Nike, and ridiculous that his brand made the Nike Golf's equipment department look like it was earning peanuts. Although MJ may have helped stop Nike making golf equipment, you can guarantee that he will be the main man alongside Tiger Woods to keep the apparel on a fresh upward trend.